Okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie then. The demographic, the good old, the, the, the 22 to the 22 to 29-year-old woman demographic. It's the 6th of the 9th, 2023, 12:14 p.m. Now, I estimate that I was New Canterbury Road, and I got onto the bus at about 11:30 a.m. I stepped on the bus at 11:30 a.m. and I got on the bus at 11:30 a.m. made my way up the aisle, and there was a girl. She was about 26 years of age. You know who you are. She's about 26. She was about 26 years of age, and she was wearing a colourful t-shirt. And those t-shirt, I looked at it, and I couldn't tell what it said at first. And I sat down. I sat opposite the door. So she was sitting at the door, and I sat opposite the door. And I looked up at the t-shirt and said, Led Zeppelin. And I pointed to it. I said, Led Zeppelin, Led Zeppelin. And she gave me a snarl. She was like, what do you want? What do you want? She didn't say that, but she might as well have. She was like, what do you want? What do you want? She was like, male, 33 years of age. What do you want? And it's that's what she was thinking. And even I'm 50, recently 50. However, probably look about 33 or 34. I probably look about 34 or 35. So she's thinking, male, age 35, creepy, approaching me, commenting, saying something to me. Rah, rah, go away, go away. And because I thought I'm going to have a conversation about Led Zeppelin, and so I said, "Oh, Led Zeppelin, Led Zeppelin." She looked at me. She was like, rah. And she saw my she briefly looked at my t-shirt. She was like, rah. And I thought, right, yes, you know, that demographic is the most difficult to speak to. They're the hardest. It's a tough crowd. The demographic, the women between the ages of 18 to 30. Tell you what, you try starting a conversation with one of them on the street, you try, or anywhere, and it's no different when they're in packs, when they're in their groups together. So they get a group, get 6 or 7 girls who maybe somewhere in their 20s, and a guy can walk past them, make a comment at them, and they might respond very quickly and very briefly, but it's a tough crowd, and because they're always going to be like, what do you want? 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 Conversation with me? What do you want conversation with me? And I find the easiest to approach and to talk to in the street are people who are 50 years and above. People in their 30s, people in their 30s to their 40s. 40s onwards easier. 40s onwards easier. Guys are much easier to approach than approaching a guy in the street. A little bit easier than approaching a woman in the street. Approach a woman in the street, they're like, what the fuck do you want? Approach a guy in the street, you can throw them off guard. I tend to throw them off guard a bit. They can be reluctant for conversation. Best conversations I've had, most responsive conversations I've had in the street with approaching someone is I've had a few conversations with women but who are in their 50s and higher, 50s. Didn't feel threatened, had a conversation with them. Guys are the most responsive, guys 45 years and over. You feel if you make a comment, or and I mean, seeing a t-shirt, wanting to say a comment about something, and just approaching, just go up and approach and make a comment. And if you do it to someone who's in their 20s, my goodness, like, what do you want? What do you want? And they're probably like, male, age 35, even though I'm 50, even though I'm recently 50, but I look 30. I look 30, 32, whoever, 33, 34. And they're thinking, they're always thinking, what do you want? What do you want? I've done nothing. What do you want? I want nothing. I want nothing. And actually, a response I get sometimes is, the response that I actually received a few times is, I want nothing. I don't want anything. Don't want anything. And yeah, to that girl on the bus with your bright Led Zeppelin t-shirt, why the hell are you wearing that t-shirt if you don't want to be approached about Led Zeppelin? Don't wear the t-shirt. Don't wear that t-shirt. Because at some point, someone is probably going to want to start a conversation with you about that. And yes, so I was a guy on the 428 bus, and when I was alighting, I don't know if you had any music going through it. I doubt you had your headphones on, but I bloody doubt that it was Zeppelin playing. And I buzzed myself. I tapped my Opal card on the machine thing, and I said to you, Led Zeppelin 1's a great album. And then when I alighted the bus, as the bus is going, I thought I'm gonna a bit. I'm going to. If you're going to wear a Led Zeppelin t-shirt, or a rock and roll t-shirt, or a metal t-shirt in public, and be on public transport, be willing and prepared to engage in conversation when someone approaches you. And because you looked at my Black Sabbath t-shirt, you're like, actually it was more like, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Stay away from me. You're a guy. You're about 35 years of age. Stay away from me. Stay away from me. No, stay away. Stay away. Stay away. Stay away. And the easiest, actually, there was a guy and a girl on the bus a while back, and I spoke with them about music for 1 minute. So if you get a guy and a girl together, that's easiest. That's easiest. Women in their 20s, my goodness, break the code. Break the code. Because otherwise it's... yeah. And break the code. Break the code. Coda. So, to that girl on the bus today in a Led Zeppelin t-shirt, Led Zeppelin in pink. Hello? 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 I was going to have a conversation with you, but you didn't want any part of that. So it was a 428 bus heading toward the city at 11:30 a.m. this morning. 11:30 a.m. Oh yeah, 11:30. Oh yeah, 11:30. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 11:30 a.m. Oh yeah. So to sum it up, the easiest people to approach age-wise are women in their 20s who are extremely responsive to you pointing out they've got a Led Zeppelin t-shirt on and will very easily engage in conversation with you. Break the code. The code. Break it. Because I walk up to a person who's like 65, 70, and I could have a 10-minute conversation with them in the street, no problem at all. Yeah. Isn't it great we live in a society where you can just walk up to a person in the street in their 20s and say, make a comment and have a half-hour conversation. Midnight Alley Man, Patrick. Thank you very much for watching.